Good evening, fellas and gals. Welcome to your evening news. Hopefully, you're having a hooty-tooty evening. Today, we are steering from our usual reporting to talk about a huge social change that is currently happening in our country. We are going to be talking about jazz music and the way it's evolving and changing people's life. Jazz music started in New Orleans and soon it was brought to New York. Juice joints were a huge spending point for this genre of music. Radios and phonographs also helped spread jazz music. Radios are a cheaper method of entertainment. Some of the instruments used are clarinets, saxophones, trumpets, and trombones. Harlem Renaissance was the flourishing of African American art, music, literature, and poetry. It is centered here in New York. Just like Duke Ellington, flapper girls became a huge staple for this genre of music. Flapper girls are known for breaking the gender norms. You'll see them smoking, bobbing their hair, and behaving like men. With Hotch being banned, speakeasy started blooming. Going into a commercial break, you will see how jazz helped the building of the Cotton Club. Be sure to listen closely. You won't want to miss the artist performing next.
Gals and fellas, come on down to the Cotton Club. Tonight Duke Ellington will be performing in the joint, as you listen to his hits as he tickles the ivories. You may see a couple bootleggers, but hurry up before the buttons show up.
Welcome. Today, we have one of the greatest jazz performers joining us. My name is Alma, and joining me today is Louis Armstrong. Let's see if you know your onions in the jazz world. Good morning, Mr. Armstrong. Before we get started, I want to let you know that I'm a huge fan of yours.
Thank you. I try to make my music enjoyable for everyone.
And you do an amazing job at it, Mr. Armstrong. Now, getting right into the questions. There's this rumor going around about how you started your music career. Are any of those true?
If you're referring to the rumors of me being arrested in 1912, then yes, they would be true. When I was arrested, I was sent to the Colored Waifs Home for Boys. There I learned how to properly play the cornet. Peter Davis taught me how to. Thanks to him, I decided to pursue a career in music.
That is just admirable. I mean, turning a bad situation into something that is amazing as a music career is just awesome. But I must say, I'm a bit confused on how you became to love the cornet. Was it something you were interested in before you were arrested, or did it become an interest at the Colored Waifs Home for Boys?
Well, back when I was younger, before I was arrested, I worked for this Jewish family. Thanks to that, I was able to buy my first cornet, though I didn't really know how to play. My love for it developed even more while I was at the Colored Waifs home.
Oh, how nice. Now, your success, many people say it's due to King Oliver. How would you respond to that?
King Oliver is a fantastic man and musician. I admire him very much. If I'm being honest, I'm not sure I would have gotten very far without him. Him and I started breaking and making records in 1923. I believe that's what truly got me recognized.
The amount of respect you have for King Oliver speaks a lot about the type of person you are, Mr. Armstrong. It's admirable. My next question is about the way you changed music. Could you care to explain how you did so for the people at home?
Oh, well, of course. When I became a part of the Hot Fives and Sevens, I turned jazz from an ensemble-based music to a soloist art too. Jazz was only seen as an ensemble genre of music before I started showing off, if I dare say.
I totally agree. Moving on to my next question, Mr. Armstrong. Do you think being a member of the Hot Fives and Seven had a big effect on your career?
Yes. Thanks to those groups, I was given the opportunity to go to New York. There I was able to perform for a Broadway show called Hot Chocolate. Soon after that, I began touring, which is something I plan on doing for a while. I owe this to the Hot Fives and Sevens.
Mr. Armstrong, one last question for you tonight. How do you feel about the change in jazz music overall? Is there something that you especially like about the way it has changed?
I really like the way jazz has changed over the years. Jazz bloomed thanks to the banning of hooch and the building of juice joints. Jazz musicians are now able to build financial and social profile. Jazz music also changed the lives of the youth because it was seen as non-traditional. The youth also enjoyed to dance along to our songs. Jazz music also helped build places like the Cotton Club and the Grand Terrace.
There you have it, straight from Mr. Armstrong's mouth. How he began playing the cornet, who helped him become this huge success, and how he broke many standards about jazz music. Thank you for tuning in tonight, and we hope that you enjoyed hearing from Louis Armstrong.